Okay, mate. Just before we start, just want to ask you a quick question. Just get it off my chest if I can, if that's all right. Just a quick yes or no. First thought, best thought from you.
Mm-hmm.
Dyeing facial hair. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're right with this? Like,
Looks nice on you, mate.
oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. That's not what I was fishing for. I genuinely wanted an opinion.
No, it looks good.
Okay, all right.
How many shades darker is it?
It's more than I wanted. I thought I was getting a light brown. It turns out it's a dark brown. So, just wanted to make it look a bit fuller. Got some emceeing duties coming up soon. I want to try and look a bit more presentable for that.
Yes.
Well, okay. I feel like I'm already breathing easier. Like I feel like I've weight of the world has been lifted off my shoulders now.
I'm sure the listeners would agree that it looks quite nice on you. And if they don't, they can let us know.
Harsh but fair. Let's play the intro. G'day, mate.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Welcome back to another episode of Final Length to Full Forward, episode 35. I mentioned on episode 31 we were well and truly in the 30s. I think we can definitely say that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like we've barely spoken at all the last week or so.
It's been, what's time, mate? Time is...
It's fucking flying by, whatever it is.
It's ridiculous. And I don't know, even just like little shit, like just doing things around the house. It's just like, I got to really think about allocating time to it. So it's just good. It's good to see you, mate.
Good to see you. What have you been doing? What's new? What's the haps? Briefly, of course.
Yeah. Just working.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. You got a highlight for me since we last saw each other?
Did have we watched Batman since? Yes, we did. We
watched that
the week before.
Yeah.
Just a nice solid weekend. Just doing weekend stuff. I
intentionally not going into detail there. Or?
Well, it's just it was nice to have a Saturday back.
Oof.
I'm sorry to say that, but it was really nice to have a Saturday back.
Pels fans, don't read into that. He's not sure. He's not sure about his future as yet. Don't read too much into that.
I'll the press conference. No word on a press conference yet, but yeah. Leave that. How have you been? What have you been up to? Highlights?
How have I been? I'm fucking worried now. We're supposed to win another one of them together.
We've moved on from the sad boy. Okay. It was last week, right?
We haven't, not yet.
No.
Highlight. Return to the Wharf Hotel. They're doing the footy package there.
Yes. What is it again? It's like something awesome.
So unlimited drinks for 2 hours, and you get like a meal as well. So usually we go the Palmer or the burger or something like that.
Yeah.
So had a bit of reputation as a vodka raspberry guy there. It was the drink of choice when trying to drink as much as possible in a limited amount of time. So
yes.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to cheekily get away with buying 2 or 3 at a time when they say
of course.
1 at a time. So
this is not a plug, by the way, right?
It's not. Look, if there is an establishment worthy of chasing in terms of a sponsor, it's definitely the Wharf Hotel.
Yeah. So if we could, it would be an awesome plug. But
it would be. It would be. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. The OG fans might notice something here, especially if you're watching on YouTube. The singlet is back. The singlet has returned. The chest hair is out for the great man Ashwin Ravindran.
It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute. Yeah, I feel like we've been a bit more professional. I use the term professional loosely, but since we've settled into the new set, it's kind of been a bit more. Just looking at the two of us there, you can probably tell who's worked from home today and who's been in the office, right?
I think it's pretty clear. Yeah. It's just. I took a shower as well. I'm just like, we do this, and it's just like, normally we do it, ends up being relatively late, and then I take a shower, and then it's like, by the time I get to bed, it's like 12.
Mm.
It's like, get the shower in early.
So you're saying the shower was the highlight of the week when you were...
Yeah. Showers are good.
Speaking of good, how good is the fine leg to full forward community?
Oh my goodness.
So we've just gone live, and I mean scrambled together, sending out a link to a few group chats in the last, I want to say, hour.
Yep.
Maybe not even that. Probably a little over that. Really embracing the sad boy week that we've had on the show.
As we should.
As we should. You embrace the spiral. I think I said that. You absolutely embrace it. And so, collaborative playlist, which we shared on Instagram. If you haven't already seen it, the link should be somewhere there on Instagram.
Bio or something, isn't it?
Yeah, be in the bio. We might make like a highlight because I reckon the story will have expired by the time this goes out. But yeah, shout out to a few faithful fans. Fucking hell, got there in the end, didn't
listeners, family.
Family.
Fine like the full forward family.
Yeah, that's a way better way of putting it.
Yeah.
So obviously me and you started off Goodbye My Lover and Falling, which we mentioned last week.
Yes.
And then, shout out to Benjamin B. Burns, Palingu, Dylan, our man Ashley Andrews, Kynan, Tyler, Richard Tang, Tammy, Vibu, Akram, Rennie, Rochelle, Pasan, Ryan, Travis, Vanushi, Elmo, and Stacy. That's it so far. So within about an hour, we've got about 8 hours of music.
That is very impressive for an hour.
It's very impressive, and we fucking love this community.
That's surpassed all my expectations. I thought it was just going to be us and maybe like 2 other people.
Yes.
So that's
well done. Shout out to you guys.
You guys are so good.
We love the Fine Leg to Full Forward family.
Do you want to go through any of the songs that are there?
I'll give you one. Give you one. And I can understand why this has been put in, because this guy would be very, very sad with how his team started this year. The Port Adelaide Power Football Club theme song. Mate, Richard, you're not playing good footy at the moment, so I can understand being sad and maybe wanting to hear that. You haven't really heard it a whole lot as yet. Neither of the Cats, to be honest. Only the one time so far.
Yeah. Calling Richard out, eh? Well, I mean, Richard's the one that put it in there.
Yeah, I was going to say he's done it for that reason. Obviously, you got some classics. Someone Like You, Adele.
So good.
You added The Deepest Sighs, the
Frank Shadows, Gang of Youth. Eternal track.
Billie Eilish in there, some Frank Ocean, some Linkin Park, mate. It's beautiful. So we might keep checking in on that and touching base with it, see how it's growing, because we want to try and get that as viral as we can. Oh, hold on. Someone else has added one.
Oh.
Hold on. Have they?
We're live.
No, they haven't. False alarm. Tell you what we're going to do now. We've waffled on for a bit there because we love being sad boys, as we mentioned earlier and last week. Should we get into Run It Back?
Let's do it. So, running it back through another week of footy.
Round 2, done and dusted already.
Round 2, done and dusted. What is time?
What is time?
We started off with, mate, the Flaggers.
The Flaggers.
The Flaggers. The Navy Blues, Carlton, with yet another, I'd call it an upset.
Right? I'd say it's an upset, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say yet another in round 2, though. Maybe not.
True. Flaggers. The Blues overcoming the Dogs. There was a fight back, but they held them off, and they showed their nerve. Jeez, I mentioned it, mate. Cripps for Brownlow. That was my. Was that
you
my?
Did?
Yeah,
it was your pick. Yep,
pick. So, round 2. So going well.
Are you keeping the lid on, or is the lid off?
The lid.
Yeah. Actually, no. That's one for Blues fans.
Yeah. What am I gonna say? What? Yeah.
Where is the lid? Have you been able to locate it? Is it well and truly off? Like, is it gone?
Is there a lid?
Is there a lid, or is it still on? I reckon we've got 3 different types of Carlton fans there. Lid staying on.
Yeah.
What did you say? Where is the lid? Oh, no, is there a lid?
That's very, 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 very deep cut community season 6 community reference there. That
I didn't pick up on that. I didn't pick up on that.
But How's your tipping going? Did you tip the Blues?
I tip the Dogs. I think I'm
okay.
maybe close to the bottom in the work tipping comp.
Okay.
Again, round two.
Yeah,
round
you
two.
got time, mate.
It's not going so well, but the Blues definitely are. Speaking of going well, Sammy Mitchell, he's had a decent introduction into life as a head coach. 2 from 2 at the moment after, let's be honest, smashing the Power at home.
Yeah.
Maybe Sam Mitchell was the right choice. Again, round two. But I remember when that whole thing with Clarko was sort of happening and he was on the way out and we did the end of the year episode and we were focusing on the rebuilds that happened afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the case down at the Hawks.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We'll see. Again, round 2.
Yeah. Another upset though, right?
Power at home. Yeah. Especially how low
so.
Hawthorn finished.
Absolutely.
Last year. Yeah. For sure.
The Saints had a great comeback win against Freo, the last game of the round.
Yes, they did.
Maxi King, Jack Higgins both kicked 3 goals each. And I think they both kicked 3 goals in the third term alone.
In the third, yeah.
And that's what obviously sparked it. Kings were all in the space of 132 seconds.
Of like actual game time?
Actual game time.
That's fucked.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Right? Like talk about like being hot, like a hot streak right there.
Yep.
Also, there was I reckon there should be an assist of the year in the AFL because there was a moment somewhere in the first quarter, I believe, where a player on Freo tapped it, saved it from the ball was bouncing out of bounds, tapped it behind, didn't like blind pass, tapped it behind. Another Freo player grabbed it and kicked a goal. Like remind me of Robbie Gray, Paddy Ryder from a few years ago.
Oh yeah, but that was literally a ruck tap, wasn't it?
A ruck tap.
Yeah.
But this, yeah.
Didn't we say that should be featured in the Brownlow night when we did the award goes to episode?
Assist of the year?
I think that was one of the awards we wanted to see.
Look, I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if I said something.
Go back and listen to that for us and let us know what the awards were because we revamped Brownlow night.
Yes.
So yeah, let us know. I can guarantee it would have been your suggestion as well.
Yeah.
Assist of the year if it was there. But keeping it moving, the weekend obviously belonged to one man, and that man was Lance Buddy Franklin. He joined the AFL's most elite club after kicking his 1,000th goal on the weekend against the Cats, and Swans were just far too good for the Cats on the weekend. They looked way more up for it than Geelong did. I think Cats kicked the first 2, and then pretty much from there onwards it was the Swans.
Yeah.
So they were ready for the occasion, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean that it was never. Well, the Cats were never really in it, but the
Didn't
whole
feel
way
like
through.
it. No.
But tell you what, he's joined a club that is so elite.
Well, yeah, what, 6th player to ever do it?
Yeah, so you've got Gary Ablett Senior, you've got Doug Wade, the Chief, Jason Dunstall, Gordon Coventry, and of course Plugger Tony Lockett.
Yeah,
that's like to join that. It is very much. I forget who was commentator. Was it Brayshaw maybe at the time?
Yeah.
But he said the legend becomes immortal, and quite fitting.
To think that he's probably going to overtake Gary Ablett Senior before the season's done.
Yeah,
it's madness.
It is, isn't it?
It is. Historic occasion. I mean, we're watching. I wanted to stay up and I didn't want to go to sleep because I was getting a bit on, and the Cats were nowhere close. I'm like, oh, this sucks, but I'm gonna keep watching it because I don't want to miss out on the history and the pictures. Like even just the shot from above of people running onto the ground. You're like, this is history.
Yeah,
this is history, and it was just the pictures there afterwards were amazing. And I think everyone. It did go on for a bit long, and it was a bit tightly squeezed on the ground, which is crazy. But I think it was everyone was acting in the right way. Like there was no one there being a dickhead on the ground. Like they were all there for Buddy. They were all there enjoying the moment.
Correct.
And it was really great to see. And with the way the game's played these days, I don't think it's something we're ever going to see again.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the last time we saw it was for the same man, right? For Buddy when he kicked 100 goals. And that would have been, was it 07 or 08?
08.
Yeah. And since then it's just this, and then makes you really question, I don't know. The game is changing, so it could be the last time. It's something that got us thinking, though, right?
It did.
Certain things that happen in sport, and sometimes we think about records, sometimes we think about other things, not always records, but we think there's certain sporting moments that you witness live, and you think, are we ever going to see something like this ever again? Another example from earlier this week.
Yes, we're running it back to the same week, which I don't think has happened before.
No, I don't think so. Running it back to, we were talking about Barty, but some huge news from earlier this week. World number 1 tennis player Ash Barty calls it quits, retires from tennis at the peak of her powers.
Yeah.
25-year-old.
It's crazy that she's younger than us.
That is insane.
What she's achieved, that's fucked.
But that's the thing. So Ash Barty started playing professional tennis in 2010 when she was aged 14. How ridiculous is that? 14 years old, and you obviously under that spotlight, that pressure, that environment. She started out as a bit more of a doubles player. She played with long-time doubles partner Casey Delacroix. She didn't really have that much success in the singles side for a bit. 2014, she actually took a break for a couple of years.
Why did you want to take a break again?
She took a break. So she actually said at the time that things were. She had too much too quickly in the spotlight. It's fair.
That's so 14, fair. From 14, that's ridiculous.
Years old,
yeah,
too much.
You got enough going on at 14.
Exactly. So sort of wanted a bit more of a normal teenage sort of life, I guess. So, what does any logical person do when they want more of a normal teenage life?
I feel like you're about to tell me.
They play Big Bash, mate. They switch codes and they play cricket.
Switch codes. Codes is an understatement.
So she signed with the Brisbane Heat.
I forgot that. I forgot all about that.
In 2015, played 7 games for them that year. And it's just unbelievable that this actually happened, So, played reasonably well. And then 2016 comes back to tennis. And the career from there has just been, it's so short, right? Like that period of time, she went from strength to strength, wins the French Open in 2019.
Was that 2019?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was her first title and the first Aussie to win a Grand Slam since Sammy Stosur did at the US Open.
Yeah.
So that was huge in itself, but not many people know this. And she said it in the press conference earlier this week. The first thing she said after winning the French Open was, "Can I retire now?" in 2019.
Shit.
See, that is not something that is very common amongst someone that's just won a Grand Slam, right? It definitely wouldn't be.
No.
Yeah,
not unless you're like coming towards the end of you're getting on your mid-30s.
Exactly, right? But does that obviously COVID happens. Sorry, we're not going to talk about it, but we're not going to talk about it happens.
Nice. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it.
But comes back, wins Wimbledon in 2021, and just phenomenal effort. And that was one of her childhood dreams, winning Wimbledon.
Mm-hmm.
Comes home, wins the Australian Open in 2022. What a way to end it, finally have an Australian win the Australian Open.
Yeah.
Is huge. That is enormous for not for just the sport, for the country, I think. But I guess, what a way to end it. And it gets a bit philosophical, but it's sort of like, at what point do you want to keep doing certain things, right? But it's like you've achieved everything you need to achieve.
Yeah.
Might as well. But it's definitely something that I think probably not going to see ever again.
So you could even argue that she might not have even reached her prime yet.
Correct.
So, like, achieving all that you have
Yeah.
before reaching a prime
Yeah.
and then retiring.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to see that again.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
That's a great one, man. Well spoken. That was good. Can I give you one, please?
Mm-hmm.
This is, again, so we're an AFL podcast, so we've talked about Barty and then jumped to Ash Barty, as no one else would. You don't get this content anywhere else. I keep telling you guys this.
Yeah.
You just don't. So I'm going to go to the Premier League, if you don't mind.
Yes.
I know you don't really follow football, like soccer, football. You don't really follow it at all, do you?
Not really.
Just
My knowledge is stuck in like 2007. So.
That's fine. Oh, the peak FIFA days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So something that we're never going to see happen again is someone winning the Premier League at 5,000 to 1 odds at the start of the season.
Those are some odds.
Yep. And if you've got any idea about the Premier League, you know exactly who I'm talking about already. Leicester City, when they won in 2016, the mighty Foxes. So a couple of things that I want to talk about here. This is such a remarkable story, and I'm not going to spend too long on it. They finished 14th the year before on 41 points. That's only 6 points clear of the relegation zone. So there's 20 teams in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So 41 points, so 14th. So not a big gap towards the bottom end of the table there.
Yeah.
And to turn it around the way they did is crazy. So one thing that really fucking blows my mind on this is the club's wage bill for the Premier League. So I'll go through the top end. So you've got that season, Chelsea's wage bill was £215.6 million.
Right.
Man United was 203 million. Man City was 193.8 million.
This is
Arsenal
like a salary
192. Yeah. This is the wage bill. So this is what they're paying their players.
Yeah. Okay.
So just to give you an idea about the names that are at these clubs.
Yeah.
So that's your top 4 or 5.
Yep.
And then Leicester 17th, 48.2 mil wage spend. It's ridiculous. This obviously it's a way different sport to AFL.
Yeah.
So it's run a lot differently. But the team was just ridiculous. Like Jamie Vardy was second in the Golden Boot, so most goals for a season. You got Wes Morgan, who was in the team of the season at the end, N'Golo Kante, who's done miraculous things for Chelsea since he left as well. Riyad Mahrez was in there as well in the team of the year, and he's gone on to do things at Man City. I remember when it was happening, people were just like expecting it to end. It was, oh shit, yeah, they've had a pretty good start.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. Like, nothing's going to happen though. You know, they might get away with a Champions League finish, which is like top 4. But like it's going to end. Like they're not win it.
Yeah.
You don't win from 5,000 to 1 odds.
Nah.
Like, you just don't. And if I remember rightly, I'm happy to be corrected on this, but it was the one real chance that Tottenham had to win the table, like to finish top of the table.
Yeah.
And there's no final series in the Premier League,
That's
so you
right.
finish
If
top,
you
win.
You win. Yeah.
Which is what happened to Doveton. I did that to myself.
You did. You 100% did it yourself.
So yeah, there's a bit of a ongoing joke about Tottenham not really doing much for so long, and so that was their real chance. All their big rivals, they were ahead of them for the first time in a while. I don't think that's unreasonable to say. And Leicester just came out of nowhere, and everyone was, as I was saying, was expecting them. Okay, nah, they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not going to go all the way. They're just not. They're not. Yeah, they're going to start losing, and they just kept not losing, and they kept not losing. I think they ended up finishing 10 points clear on top. And I don't know if that's 100% correct. I'm happy to be challenged on that because I didn't actually write that down.
Yeah,
but 5,000 to 1 odds in arguably the best league in the world to win it with a fraction of the. You could argue, based on the wage bill, a fraction of the quality of players.
Yeah.
Madness. Never again will we see that.
Never again.
Never
again.
Reckon? Nah.
Well, it's so unlikely, right?
Well, the thing is, I say never again. Newcastle will the amount of money that they'll be able to spend. They won't start the season at 5,001 odds.
Yeah. But that's different though, because it's like because of the money that's been put in and everything. So it's sort of
step one is surviving the relegation battle this season. Anyway, that's my one for you.
I'll have another one, but I'll go through this one a bit quicker.
Okay, all right.
Ash Barty reminded me of someone else.
Sorry, I just thought you were just repeating Ash Barty again. I thought he was going to go through the same shit. I'm like, look, we can go again. That's fine.
Ash Barty, I did mention, briefly played cricket for the Brisbane Heat, Big Bash.
Yep.
Someone else that's represented her country at the highest level in a couple of sports, none other than Elise Perry. So she started.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, it's actually insane. Like sort of similar, but I'd say even more so. Started professional sport in 2007, roughly when she was about 17 years old. Played made the Australian team, cricket team in 2007. Made the Australian women's soccer team in 2007 as well.
It's both at 17.
Yeah.
What?
It's insane.
What?
It's actually insane, and she's represented her country in both ICC Cricket World Cups and FIFA World Cups. It's, but the thing is though, I think it gets to a certain point where it's sort of, how long can you keep doing both? In 2012, she was playing for Canberra United in the W League, and they sort of gave her an ultimatum, sort of like, you either pick soccer or cricket right now. Because I think it was just a matter of time. Like, how much time can you invest? How much time can you put in?
Oh, they wanted more of a commitment from her.
I
kind of get that.
I get that too. So she left and she went to Sydney FC.
I kind of get that too.
Yeah, exactly. Kept doing both for a few more years. And then in 2015, I think 2015 was when she played her last game, 2016, she said it herself. She sort of chose cricket, and she sort of said, both sports, soccer and cricket, have developed so much in the last couple of years, especially in terms of women involvement in cricket and soccer. I think that's a testament to how much women's sport has come along. It's
Absolutely.
come a long way.
Yep.
But it's almost like, because it's come such a long way, you can no longer do both. And like we said, what is time? There's only so much hours. There's only so many hours in a day. When you're dedicating your life to two professional sports, it's really hard to do. So, to be honest, that's my example for something that I don't think I can see probably ever happening again. Another person that's going to represent their country in an ICC Cricket World Cup and a FIFA World Cup. That's just unbelievable.
That's a really good one. You've had a couple of really good shouts. The thing about these kind of episodes when we do this is that we try and interpret it in a few different ways, just to make it, just so we can draw things from different parts of life.
Yeah.
And you've fucking nailed that. That's good.
Thanks,
That's
mate.
Good. Thank you. I'm sure the listeners feel the same as well. So usually we do like 2 each or 3 each or whatever. So I'm not going to do that. I've got a couple of honourable mentions if that's all right. So talk milestones. We've talked people, stories. Just got a couple of records if that's all right. Just to quickly run through something that we're never really going to see again.
Yep.
Honourable mention. So I don't think we're ever going to see anyone average anywhere near 99.94 in Test cricket. Obviously talking about Sir Donald Bradman.
Yes.
I don't think we're ever going to see 100 points scored in an NBA game ever again. Obviously, Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
And then one more, not a record, but I don't think we're ever going to see Alistair Clarkson in a swan scarf ever again. Obviously, he was there at the SCG on Friday night supporting the great man, Barty. It was actually really nice to see.
Yeah.
Even from a Geelong point of view.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good to see. He had a can of Great Northern in his hand, enjoying the night. Love that.
Never again, though.
I don't think we'll see him in a swan scarf ever again, no.
So getting forward.
I don't know if you were waiting for me to talk because I don't have anything. I was hoping you had something.
Well, I don't know. I sort of paused. I sometimes we play off each other. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were waiting to say that as I wasn't looking at you. I do apologize.
No.
Yeah, we play off each other. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Do you reckon that we'll ever see? We said, probably won't see 1,000 goals ever again.
Mm.
But do you reckon we'll ever see a crowd storm the field ever again
In an AFL game?
in an AFL game in the manner that we saw?
Oh, definitely not in the manner we saw.
No?
I don't think that you could have possibly fitted any more people on the SCG that night.
Yeah.
Now, my first thought is, you think reasons to storm the field, you do think records, right?
Mm.
And as we said, I don't think we're going to see 1,000 goals kicked ever again, which means we're unlikely to see 100 goals kicked
100
in a
goals
season.
in a season. You don't reckon?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, I'm going to get a bit creative here.
Yeah.
Say if we see someone get 60 touches in a game,
Uh-huh.
they're not going to stall the field for that.
Probably not. No.
Whatever the record is for tackles, they're not going to tackle the bloke who's just laid the record-breaking tackle.
I feel like just where we are right now in this social media internet age, it's almost
Way
like
to sound 100 years old.
Yeah. But I kind of am. Like, I feel like, if anything, the only reason that I see for people storming the field would be to be part of a meme. Like, if it was like organized prior to the game, and someone that doesn't really deserve someone to like storm the field, someone that's like, I don't know, just playing their like second, like, I don't know, 25th game or something like that. Something that's ridiculous. Or but quickly becomes has their own cult following or something like that, and then everyone gets around a particular meme. I feel like that's enough to start a Facebook group to then be like, create an event and be like, on this day, if this person kicks a goal, we're all storming the field.
That's a great shout. Yeah, my first, like, when you say that, I immediately thought of like the event. It was a few years ago now. Like, we'll all storm Area 51. They can't shoot us all. You're right though. You're right, because the whole thing was with Barty. Like, you can't storm the field.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to do it. But
but if everyone
does it, what are they going to do?
What are they going to do?
Yeah, that's a good shout. You've been on fire today. You've been on fire this week, and I rate that. Yeah, 100%. Forget what I said about whatever the fuck I was on about. Yeah, no, I agree with you there. That's great.
All right.
Don't take this as an invitation to start one of those events. That's not. We don't condone that. You shouldn't storm the field. You shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't do that.
Why did you sound so sus when you said that? You shouldn't do that. Eyes darting all over the place.
Because if someone did, it would be pretty funny. Like,
yeah, you're right. Mark the date. So they've Tuesday the 19th. Nope, Tuesday the 29th of March at 7:25 p.m.
Did you see? I know we're stretching this pretty far. Did you watch when he was running in to kick his fourth goal to break the record? A few people started running early.
Yeah,
I was like, that's pretty ballsy.
That's bold.
Like, what happened if he kicks behind?
No shit.
You're already halfway on the field, just like,
This is they probably would have got in trouble then. But this is a man who shot like 58% set shot accuracy.
Yeah,
like,
the confidence is. I applaud it.
They just had the sense of the occasion.
Yes.
Yeah, the Swans did, Buddy did, the crowd did. Well played, Sydney that night.
Yes, well played, Sydney. Time to switch on. Switch on.
Alrighty, so switching on, going to try and keep this as on theme as possible for you.
Mm-hmm.
Question 1. What do you think makes a moment historic? Like, does it always have to be stats and record breaking? Or is there something else there?
I think there's definitely something else there.
I guess I'm asking, what is that something else then?
It could be as simple as a slap on stage, and that could be what makes something iconic, right?
Mate, you've been on fire this episode. You've been on fire. I'll happily take that.
Yeah, it's not a record. It's not breaking nothing, but it breaks the internet.
It fucking has broke the internet this week. Holy shit.
Are you keen for? Are you quietly keen for? It's been like a day or two. You keen for more memes? Like the memes
yeah. Oh man, there's so many. There's so many. It's ridiculous. Like the amount of shit posting groups I'm in from like all these different movies and shows and stuff, and they're just the Simpsons ones in particular, undefeated. It's so fucking good. It's so good. All right, I rate it. Okay, I like it. So question 2 for you. Couple of events that I don't think we'll ever see again. See, on theme. I know what I'm talking about. The Cleveland Cavaliers 3-1 comeback in the 2016 NBA Finals.
Yes.
Or Stephen Bradbury's gold medal.
What we'll never see again?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Which I guess I hadn't thought that far ahead. Which one do you prefer? Like, which one do you think is the better achievement? The better moment in history. We got there in the end, guys.
Oh, geez, that's tough because they're so different. It's so hard to compare both of them. The Cavs around that time was just insane. Like because everyone completely had written them off.
Well, Golden State had just won 73 games.
Exactly. So
the all-time record.
Absolutely. So that was insane. And then, LeBron's block off the backboard. Like, all those, moments are so special, I think. Stephen Bradbury is just iconic because I think it's more of... It's funny and it has that element to it.
But it's also like the underdog story.
The underdog story as well. I don't know. Can I just randomly pick one?
If you want, yeah.
Cool. Cavs.
All right. Up the Cavs.
Up the
Cavs.
Up the Clayton.
The Clayton Cavaliers.
Yes.
Wednesday nights. G-grade reserve. Reigning premiers, I'll have you know.
Really?
Are we not? I swear we were. Yeah, last...
Was that last? No, maybe that was last season.
I don't know anymore. You really made me doubt it.
What is time?
All right, and I've got one more for you, but I need to hand you the phone.
Okay.
So we're up to 10.5 hours on the Sad Boy playlist. Have a quick gander through. Don't take too long. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
What's your favourite, excluding the Port Adelaide theme? And you can interpret. I don't want any of these bullshit questions about what do you mean favourite. You can interpret favourite any way you like. Whether you can be a Sad Boy song that you belt out, be a Sad Boy song where you physically can't stop yourself from weeping.
Yep.
Anything.
I would pick one of my songs, but I feel
apart from your own.
Exactly. That's a bit too narcissistic.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, I should have said that.
Yes. So I'm going to go with White Ferrari by Frank Ocean because it's in here twice.
It is in there twice. So shout out to Palingu and Travis for adding it. Shout out to Travis for not giving a fuck about... He would have got the notification saying, this song is in here already.
Yeah.
Do you want to add? He would have clicked, don't add, or add anyway. He's literally gone out of his way to click add anyway.
It's a conscious decision that White Ferrari is in there twice, and I love it.
No, I rate that. That's great. I like it.
Yours?
Fuck, I should have seen that coming. Pisana's gone ham in here.
He tends to do that in playlists, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Heck, I don't know. Let me have a quick look. I like how you're keeping things moving.
Oh, sorry, I was speaking words while Luke is looking through speaking many words.
I've added these ones.
I Still Dream About You. Did you add that?
I Still Dream About Smith Street Band always gets me just up and about.
Yeah,
it's one that you belt out, but I added that, so I can't say that. Let's say Someone Like You, Adele.
It's such a good song.
It's classic, right? It's classic.
Adele is just so good.
Mate, yeah, her voice. I don't know how that's real. I don't know how it's possible.
Better voice in the world.
I would agree with you there. Anyway,
it's a big call, but yeah.
We do the big calls on this show.
We absolutely do. My questions, I've only got 2 for you.
All right.
First one: if you were in what? What?
Sorry, I just saw your question too. I just read that. I'm sorry.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We don't script it. We do, but we surprise each other.
Oh no,
when
but
we
like
do it.
with questions and stuff like that, we write them down, and we don't usually read ahead.
Until
Yeah. Oh,
which
my
is
God.
which explains why whenever you ask me a question, I sit here saying nothing for the first 30 seconds each time because we want it to be authentic, right?
All right, what's your first? Let's get your first question out of the way.
Question 1: if you were in Ash Barty's shoes right now, having made such a huge decision, what meal would you want to eat, and where would you want to eat it?
What? At what point? Like straight after making the decision?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like I assume having stopped being a professional athlete, like just whatever cheat meal or junk food that she wasn't allowed to eat or was
Nice.
unable to eat. But I don't know what a go-to cheat meal is. Ash, if you're listening,
Yeah, true.
please do let us know your cheat meal of choice.
She's got a bit of time on her hands now.
She does have a bit. Yeah, she might be able to get in touch if we add her a couple of times. Yeah, I suppose now that you've got, as you said, a bit of free time, what was your first meal that just went, oh, I'm so glad I can have that again?
Yeah.
Please do let us know. Because if I were you, I'd say something like a big fat Parma. With heaps
From Universal.
From Universal. Shout out to Universal and Carlton. But yeah, big fat Parma with gravy on the Parma.
Yeah.
Okay. I might cop a bit of shit for this, and I cop shit from people who've never actually tried it.
Yeah, right.
Gravy on a Parma slaps.
You got to try it first before you.
You'd think so. Think so. And I've only ever spoken to maybe 2 people who went, "Oh yeah, that'd be all right," or "Oh yeah, it's good,"
Okay.
because they've tried it.
Everyone
Everyone else goes, "No, why would you do that?
Ah, right.
Try it
Yeah, and then come
and
back.
then come back."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, Ash, let us know.
Yes, let us know. No, commit to the bit. You got to commit to the bit.
Yeah, sorry, I just went on a tangent. I wasn't
No,
sure
that's good.
where we were.
We love tangents here. Question 2. If the Brownlow favourite this year was to walk up and slap Basil Zemplis in the face during the ceremony, would they still be allowed to win, or would it count as striking? You know, the match review panel might be hanging around. I don't know if they're invited on Brownlow night or not.
The parallels between Brownlow favourite and Will Smith, who won Best Actor, it's fucking unreal, man. I tell you,
only us.
this is probably you're in your Formula Life this episode.
Really? Hot
Unbelievable,
streak?
unbelievable this week.
Feel
Unbelievable.
good. Feeling good.
I guess, yeah, they'd still be allowed because it didn't happen in the 22, 23 rounds. What do you mean?
I don't know. There was talk that, you know, with Will Smith sort of saying that he might not, because of what happened, he might not have got it. But I don't even know what would happen in that scenario. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would happen.
Anyway, let's not get into that. We're
Get my wife's name out your I guess he did have to cuss in his raps to sell records.
That's the first thing I thought of too. I was like,
Was it really?
I was like, how many Will Smith hip hop tracks have I heard of where he cusses? None.
I can't believe you thought of that too. That's so
It's
funny.
the same time.
Oh my god, we should start a podcast.
We should. Anyway, we don't want to go too far into that. We're just about the memes with that. That's the memes.
Yeah.
That's as far as we go. And time for my mate's multi.
Switch On has been questionable the last few weeks.
I reckon the last probably because the last 3 or 4 weeks has just been like real rushed. I feel like this we took a bit more time.
Yeah.
But even the quality is quite questionable.
I think we kind of toe that line of questionable content in general, so you gotta love it.
Time for my mate's multi.
Money! Money!
Alrighty, time for my mate's multi. So, my legs from last week, ripping through them. Leg 1, I said I will lose my Supercoach matchup this week by between 350 and 450 points.
How many was it?
was quite a lot more than that.
How much more?
It was about 600 and 650.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
rate
it was the biggest margin of.
How can it be such a big
league.
margin when you have so few players in draft?
What do you mean?
Like, how is someone able to get that much of a gap on you?
Because I'm shit.
Right,
and I was up against Ryan. Ryan absolutely, shout out to Riz, dominated. So
added to the players as well. Well done.
yes, Riz. Leg 2. There will be between 17,500 and 19,000 fans at the North versus West Coast blockbuster this Sunday arvo. So there wasn't.
No, there was more, was there?
There was
20 odd thousand?
There was 14,204.
Wow. Were you one of those?
No.
Wow.
So this is the thing. As a North fan, I think I make jokes about it all the time, and then I feel bad because I realise that I get down to about 2 or 3 games a year at best.
Yeah. Are you a member?
Not currently, no.
Right. So all you do is just talk shit about a club.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's got the scarf. I'm a
Scarf. Very nice.
North fan.
You wouldn't have bought that if we weren't doing if it wasn't for the set. Though, would you? Yeah. There we go. Breaking news. Out of context headlines, which are coming soon.
Oh,
Ashwin
yes.
hates North Melbourne.
Oh, wow. We do love some out of context headlines. Leg 3 from last week. I said Usman Khawaja and Meg Lanning will score the same amount of runs in their very next innings.
You did say this.
I did
This
say
was a long
this.
shot when you said it.
I was like, if it happens, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So Uzi scored an unbeaten 100. Meg Lanning scored a duck. So I feel like she would have just done that purposely because Meg Lanning is too good to do that. I think she purposely did it to rub it in my face.
Well, she is a big fan of the show, so
Yes.
she would have seen it and gone, "Nah, fuck this guy."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Shout out, Meg. Well done.
yeah, shout
Love that.
out Meg Lanning, and all the best to when we're recording this. So we record on Tuesday nights. The Aussie women's team take on the West Indies in the semi-final of the World Cup final tomorrow. So
Tomorrow.
Mm.
Okay.
We'll
All the
definitely
best.
we'll touch base next week.
Don't score a duck
Yeah, in the semi.
at Meg. So, wait. You got none?
None.
9 out of 3.
9 out of 3.
Fuck, you know. All right. Well, I'll go with mine then, shall I?
Mm.
Leg 1. Oof.
Mm.
Oh, dear. Buddy will still not have kicked 1,000 goals by this time next week.
Hey, how'd that go?
Well, you might have been listening to the things we were saying earlier in the episode. You might not have been because of who you are as a person. But yeah, he got that. He did get that. So that's a no.
None from one.
That's a no. Leg 2 was a bit of a shithouse leg, but that's what I'm known for. I said I will not get stuck in a garage between now and our next episode, which happened to me last week on the way to record last week's episode.
Yep.
And good news, that hasn't happened since. So 1 from 2.
Good.
And then leg 3, I said we will see our first barrel from outside 50 sail through it post height. And we did say tag us if you see it. And because you're all such an interactive family out there, you didn't tag us in it. So I just assume it didn't happen.
That's true. We have faith in our family.
Yeah. So 1. I got 1 for 3 on par.
Taron Thomas's wasn't a barrel, was it? It was like a bomb, like a mongrel sort of. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, we didn't mention that.
What?
We didn't mention the Taron Thomas goal.
During run it back.
Did we not?
No, we didn't. I don't think we did.
Oh my God, who was it who was on the kick in? Was it Hall?
I think so.
So he kicked it in to Taron Thomas, who
ran and bombed it from about 70 out.
So one end of the field to the other in 2 kicks.
2 kicks.
And it was a goal.
Yeah.
Right, that better be a finalist for goal of the year.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to listen to that Sad Boy playlist again because Taron Thomas is out for the next 8 weeks.
What happened?
The copped a knock later in that game in the ribs. I think internal bruising. 8 weeks.
Fuck. All right. Well, time for goodbye, my lover. I guess.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Your legs for this week?
Yes, true. Sorry, I just deep in thought.
Sorry, I know that you were going to go down a dark alley then
Yes.
if you'd thought about that for too long. So
I still might at the end of my legs. So, leg one. The leading disposal getter from both of the derby games this weekend, because we've got Adelaide taking on Port, and we've got West Coast taking on Freo.
right.
The leading disposal getter from both games will have the same amount of disposals.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yep. Leg two. All of the wickets that the Australian women's team take in the World Cup semi-final against the Windies will be caught. The method of dismissal.
Yep. Nice.
So it could be caught behind, could be caught, somewhere else, but caught and bowled, or caught and bowled counts as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the first word you said there?
Caught.
Cool. Keep it moving.
Leg three. I will not score over 1,000 points this round on Supercoach.
Is that because Taron Thomas is out?
Yeah. And LDU is out as well.
Oof.
Who's my captain. So it's things are not looking great.
Yep. That's going to be the one that gets up.
That's the one.
That'll get up. Get up.
That's my safe leg.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now.
I'll go into mine.
Go into yours, mate.
So, leg one, 2 players will get more than 40 disposals this weekend.
Okay.
So it might happen at the derbies. Both derbies you mentioned, the showdown and the derby.
Imagine that, both of our legs getting up at once.
And being related.
Yeah.
Leg 2, I will see more than 10 tweets about how weird it is that there's 2 Friday night games this round.
Is there 2 Friday night games?
Yeah. So the showdown is one.
Yeah.
And the other one is
Not the other derby game, right?
No.
Yeah.
So you got Western Bulldogs Sydney's on Thursday.
Yep.
Then Melbourne Essendon on Friday, and Crows Power an hour after that.
Right.
On the Friday. So yeah, I've already seen 2 tweets about that. Is it a misprint? What's going on here?
Yeah.
So very confident that I'll be able to see 8 more.
Especially on Friday itself, I think you'll get. Yeah.
And then leg 3.
Mm-hmm.
Finchy, once a gate, always a gate. Aaron Finch will be back in form by our next episode.
That the Aussies are playing tonight, Australia versus Pakistan.
Yeah, the first ODI.
Starts tonight.
Starts tonight.
What defines in form?
I get to decide.
Oh, okay. Righto. Right. So not 50 or nothing.
I get to decide.
1-4?
I think, look, it'd be pretty obvious. We'll know.
Okay.
We'll know.
If we know, we know.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll see how they go. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for this week. This has been a good episode, I think. We've had a lot of laughs, a lot more laughs than last week.
Yes, we've made a comeback. We've returned.
Yes.
Hashtag the return.
Again, unbelievable from you this week, mate. You've been on fire.
Thanks,
on
mate.
Fire.
Appreciate that.
It's all right. I feel like you carried this week. It was great.
Wow, that's
okay. I wouldn't go that far. Yeah,
that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Just sneak a community reference in there.
Absolutely,
That was elite. That was well done. That was clutch. I was getting worried then. Holler at us. We'll be all over your Instagram again for this week. We'll put a couple of reminders in there about the Sad Boy playlist.
Yeah,
keep those ones coming.
Keep adding to them. We want it to see it just grow and grow.
Keep it going. We're glad that you're all embracing the spiral like we do, and we've got even more people adding in. So let's keep this one going. Who is that? Oh, Cho's added in.
Nice.
Slim Shady 0506. Who's that? I don't know who that is, but shout out to you. We love you. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family.
We love Slim Shady.
You're probably already in the family, to be honest, if you found that. If you found that playlist, let's be honest. But shout out to you. 11 hours and 12 minutes at the moment. So
that's insane.
I feel like that's how long this episode's been going on for. So should we get up and out of here?
Keep kicking goals.